Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange charged with conspiracy by the U.S. for his role in releasing sensitive U.S. military secrets provided to him by Chelsea Manning. This happening just days from the Mueller report, days before it's expected to be released. So is there some sort of connection or is there a coincidence? Here now to weigh in is former DOJ attorney Hans von Spakovsky. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
As we begin, I want to bring up a breakdown of Assange's charges, what we know.
Right.
Conspiracy to commit computer intrusion, charges related to the release of classified U.S. military secrets provided by Chelsea Manning. He faces a maximum 5-year prison sentence and up to a fine of up to $250,000. Not being charged for his role in the DNC hack, not facing charges under the Espionage Act. So my question to you is, is he a criminal? Or is he a journalist?
No, he's definitely a criminal. Remember, the 500,000 DOD and State Department classified documents, reports, cables that were released endangered the lives of our military and intelligence personnel in Iran and Iraq and people who were cooperating and assisting us. So no, I don't think he was a journalist. In fact, what he did was extremely dangerous.
Yeah, so he's also accused of hacking this password, attempting to learn a password with Chelsea Manning. What you're speaking of in terms of the cables and the emails,
Right.
It was nearly complete databases involving reports from the Afghanistan war, the Iraq war, also the State Department cables as well, back in 2010.
Yeah, you don't have reporters trying to hack into government computers. That's not what a journalist does.
But what about the timing of this in relation to the Mueller report? Because a lot of people questioning that right now.
Yeah, but we should remember, look, he's been sitting in the Ecuadorian embassy for, what, 7 years? And the Ecuadorians made it plain that they were pretty tired of their guest that was staying in the embassy. So I think it's probably a coincidence, but don't be surprised if he gets extradited to the U.S. under the treaty we have with him, that additional charges don't come out related to the DNC and the Hillary Clinton hacking that he also was involved in.
Because he's claimed all along that the DNC emails that he was not provided those emails from Russia. So a lot of people want to know the answer to that.
Well, right. Well, he'll have if he gets indicted for that, he'll have a chance to prove that in court.
What could he be facing in terms? We said a maximum 5-year prison sentence, a fine of up to $250,000. Is that it?
Well, yeah, but remember that's for what he's been currently charged with. If more hacking charges come in again related to the DNC and Hillary Clinton, then he could be facing a lot more time over that.
So you expect him to be extradited here?
Oh yeah, we've got a treaty with the United Kingdom, and I don't think there's anything that's going to prevent him from getting extradited to the United States.
I want to quickly ask you about this next topic. A former aide of President Obama indicted for lying to the
Right.
DOJ in a case that is tied to the Mueller investigation involving the Ukraine.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this case is that Craig was doing the same kind of work that Paul Manafort was. He was doing work for the Ukrainian government, particularly when the leadership of the Ukrainian government was a Russian ally. He was initially investigated for not registering under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, which is what Paul Manafort also didn't do, although apparently he's been charged with lying about the work that he did. Again, the government's going to have to prove his case. He's contesting it wasn't lobbying work, and therefore he didn't need to register. So
why is he not getting as much coverage as the wall-to-wall coverage that we saw with Manafort?
Well, you'd think there would be, given that it's really the same kind of activity as Manafort, but he's a Democrat and formerly worked for Bill Clinton, so maybe the media doesn't think that it's as important a story. All
right. Well, we will let people at home determine that for themselves. Hans von Spakovsky, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for having me.